So what do you think of the news today, the Cardinals signing Albert Pujols? Your reaction?
I think it's the greatest PR thing in the world. Not only to bring him back, the Pujols family's done so much for charities. The 11 years Albert put up here, I was sorry to see him leave. I always said he had to be the unhappiest millionaire in the world when he went to Anaheim, because when he came to the ballpark in St. Louis for 11 years, with the years he put up, he was God. People looked at him like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. I mean, he was that outstanding of a ball player, as a person, as a good teammate. And the one thing that he will add to the Cardinals will be the fact that he will be good on the bench, talking to the young players. I think he is really responsible for Yachty being the hitter he is. He worked with Yachty so much as a youngster. I think that people will respect Albert in so many ways that they'll listen to him. So I think that's good. Now, how are the Cardinals going to use him? The Cardinals are predominantly a right-hand hitting club. Their two switch hitters are better right-handed than left-handed. So they're not going to see what I would say a lot of left-hand pitching. And I would say, what I would do with I'm going to tell you what I would do with Albert. I would make him my spot man, and I'd keep him on the club. Now, I would not DH him, because if you do DH him and he gets on base, he's going to clog the bases. You might want to put in a pinch runner if it's the sixth inning in a tight ball game. But if you keep him on the bench, where they bring in a left-hand pitcher, and all of a sudden you got a situation with the bases loaded and one out in a 1-1 ball game, I would have Albert up there, because he can still rip left-hand pitching pretty good.
So you, instead of making him a DH a lot, would have him as a pinch hitter almost every game?
I would use him as a pinch hitter. And the spot that I wanted to use him in when the game's on the line against the left-hand pitcher.
And that's enough work for him. You can get a lot of work that way.
Oh, that's the way the Dodgers used him. I watched him last year in September, and he hit left-handers so good. He made good contact. I know he's got trouble running a little bit, and at his age, and the fact that he's had, some leg problems. If you DH him, you're going to have him on the bases a lot of times. Say he leads off an inning, he gets on. In a tight ball game, you want to put a pinch runner in for him, and you lose him, or so forth. And I would save him. I would just make him my secret weapon, like Okendo used to be, in a different way than Albert would be. But he'd be on that bench. You would dare bring in a left-handed reliever with Albert sitting there in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. He'd be up there in a crucial time, and I think I'd give him every opportunity to be successful.